Hi everyone, I'm Tracy DeMario and I am your Scentsy Family Superstar Director. And my guess is there have all been times when you have thought to yourself, I don't know how much more I can take. Things keep happening, things keep getting in my way, maybe it's just meant for me not to have a Scentsy business, my car's broke down, I just keep having more and more things pile on and it's getting so hard that it might seem like it would be easier sometimes just to quit and to remain in the place that you've been in, whether that's living paycheck to paycheck, negative paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you're very comfortable, but you were really hoping that Scentsy was going to make a huge impact on your family and on your future, and you're just at a place where you're like, maybe this is where I'm meant to be. Well, I'm here to tell you that unless you truly make that choice, that is not the case. I love the story of Elsie. Elsie is an individual who was from Puerto Rico. Elsie was not familiar with Scentsy at all. However, another superstar director early on, I believe this was around 2007-ish, maybe 2008, she had placed some very small ads on various work-at-home websites. And she received a phone call from a lady who said, I think that my cousin in Puerto Rico might be interested in this. She doesn't speak any English, but I just really think this might be a great fit for her. She then talked about how her cousin had lived in poverty, how she had a mom who had a lot of physical issues and disabilities and made it very difficult for her to be outside of the home, and that she really wanted nothing more than to make a difference for the lives of her family, and that she thought Scentsy would be a great tool for that. So with that, she actually made it a priority to get a three-way call between the individual in Puerto Rico who did not speak any English, the cousin, and the SSD in Utah who had placed the small ad. The cousin is the one who obviously facilitated and did all of the English, Spanish translation. And throughout the conversation, it was determined that she was going to join the business. It was going to take her a while to get the $99 plus tax and shipping kit fee, but she was determined this was something she was going to do. Now, the interesting part about this story is that, keep in mind, she came from an area which was very, very poor. She did not have a lot of means. In fact, she didn't even have a car. And I don't know if you've spent a lot of time in Puerto Rico, but I can tell you it gets really, really hot. And she did not have air conditioning either. Also in Puerto Rico, if you did not know, the sidewalks and the roads are nothing like we have here. In fact, I've taken my daughter to Puerto Rico, and she uses a wheelchair at times. And there is no way you can get down a sidewalk with a wheelchair. It's impossible. And even the roads are a mess because of the cobblestones. Everything is old. It's falling apart. It's not wide enough. It is extremely challenging. However, she didn't let that be a barrier. Once she signed up to get her kit, she got her kit. And like I said, she didn't have a car. How was she possibly going to go around and she possibly going to introduce and sell this Scentsy product? Well, she owned a wagon. She owned a wagon. She put all of her kit contents and all of her stuff in her wagon. She also took ice packs and ice and put her testers and such on ice in a cooler. And she literally walked the streets of Puerto Rico, going door to door to advertise her business, to share the business opportunity, to share the Scentsy products. And, let's be real. Puerto Rico, Mexico, parts of Kansas City for that matter, there are people of all different economic backgrounds. And I hear this a lot. I hear people say, oh, well, how is Scentsy ever going to be successful in Mexico? No one has any money. And that's just flat out not true. It's no different than, like I said, Kansas City, Puerto Rico, Mexico. There's a lot of people who don't have money. There's a lot of middle class, and there are people who own the restaurants, own the hotels, that do have money, own the jewelry stores. So there's all economics of all different areas. So that is something that totally is a myth that needs to be ruled out first and foremost. But she didn't let that be a factor. She kept walking those streets, and not a day was it ever easy. Think about it, guys. We decide, okay, our car's not working, so we can't work today. She didn't. She got her wagon, she started walking. Okay, so just imagine if we had to daily get ice packs and ice and coolers to do our business, how many of us would truly make that effort? I mean, honestly, would we do that? She made the effort, okay? How many times do you think she was told no? No. I can assure you she was told no a lot. Again, she kept going. How easy do you think it was to probably pull that wagon on the cobblestones? Not easy at all. And yet she did it. She did it. She was the first director in Puerto Rico and the first superstar director in Puerto Rico. She has since been to the United States on numerous occasions. She's earned incentive trips. She now has been able to financially do phenomenal things for her family. And the reason that she made these things happen was not because it came easy, not because she didn't have things that she had to overcome or work around or barriers that she had to go through. It's because she refused to quit. Quitting was not an option. And for her, the only thing that was an option was succeeding. So the next time you're having a bad day or you're telling yourself, I can't work my business because of this or this or this, I want you to think about the little lady in Puerto Rico who was pulling around her wagon, probably soaking wet from sweat because it was a hot day. Not easy, but she made it happen. And as a result, she's made a difference in the lives of her family and many, many more behind her. So I hope that you will think of her and you will keep pushing and make things happen in 2015. I hope it's your best year yet.